Hello again, everybody. This is Mr. Everything, and I am coming back at you with another Wargaming and miniature video. In this video, we're continuing on with our Waterloo project updates. In this update, we're going to be talking about the Nassau Usingen regiment, the 2nd Regiment. And we're gonna discuss a little bit about the figures that I just finished, which are the ones off camera right over here, just barely off camera. And this one I had finished previously, but I thought it was important to show it off as well to give you a complete 3-battalion view. We'll probably also remove the turntable and put all 3 battalions out side by side as we go through and show these figures off. All right, now, just so you know, these two off camera are front rank models, and these are Perry miniatures. And I do want to kind of go over some of the differences in their modeling. There is a few distinct differences. They both are great models. So I just want to go over some differences so that you can kind of visualize them as well. Okay, first of all, in the Perry command stand, because remember, when you're buying from Perry, you're buying 6 figures at a time. So when you order a flank pack, you're getting 6 of them. And when you order the command pack, you're getting 6 of them. Right. Well, in the command pack, you get the officer, the drummer, the standard bearer. You get an officer of the grenadiers, as well as the sapper. Right. So when you buy the grenadier pack, you get 6 of those as well, and so that makes a good 2 base collection of grenadiers when you combine them. But in my battalions, I like to skirmish with one of the grenadiers, so that'll be this first set here. You can see it's got split bases, and the Voltigears, which taking a closer look, might be those guys. You notice and these guys. Okay, these guys. Remember, when I ordered the Voltigears, I would get 6, so I put a couple on that back base as well. The downside of ordering from Perry is that you get more elite company figures when you're doing a 24 figure base a battalion. If I was doing a 36 figure battalion, you'd get just the perfect amount. But you would need to buy 6 bags or six sets of Perry models. Okay, so, but in this case, like a couple of these figures and a couple of these figures are grenadiers. We'll just live with it, right? Okay. Big advantage. In this set, you get 1 standard. Right? In the front ranks, I think I've already gone over this earlier, maybe in last week's video, but we talk about how we get 2 standards, which I think is 1 too many. You also get 2 drummers, 2 officers, 2 of everything, which is probably too many, but we'll get to those in a minute. And I'll probably go back and forth, so just bear with me on this. This is not scripted. This is all top of my head kind of stuff. You get a large variety of poses with the Perry, because you're getting, I actually had to order 4 different packages, and Perry likes to put 6 figures all different in each package. So it's like every one of these figures has something different about it, which I think is pretty cool. First of all, you get a sapper. But if you notice on these grenadiers, they have the pom-poms on the tops of their hats. the rest of these guys all have the double pom-poms, right? Okay. Something you might notice is you see canteens on these figures. You see haversacks, which are the like bread bags on all of these figures. You also see that every Shako has a Shako cover, which is good because I'm playing in Waterloo, and that's when they would have primarily been used, is right after a rainstorm, which that is the case. The elite companies have these shoulder puffy shoulders. They don't have epaulets. They have cords on their what kind of cap is that? A Busby? They got cords. I'm just pointing a few other things out. Other than that, it's pretty much the same layout. Now let's go ahead and let me pull a pull the front rank figures up here so you can kind of see what I'm talking about in difference. All right, now this is a front rank unit. You might notice immediately that there's 2 drummers. You might also notice that there are 2 standard bearers. I created my own standard cover for that. I guess I could, what I wished, or what I had thought about was, if I had an extra Nassau figure, which I didn't, but if I did, I would have replaced the standard bearer with just normal line trooper, because that would have prevented me from having to do all this with the second standard. This came as a 24 figure bag. You can buy it. It's called a battalion bag, I do believe. And when you buy it like that, that's what you get. But it comes with your 4 grenadiers. Perfect. It comes with your 4 voltigears. Perfect. Epaulets. No ball on the top of their busbies. They don't have any plumes. They've been cut or, covered. Again, they also have epaulets. In my interpretation is the epaulets were used at Waterloo. The puffy sleeves were on the way in, but weren't used. So I'm not sure that was used after, like 1816, which is completely after Waterloo. These 2 packs come with marching shoulders is one pack, and then advancing is another pack. But what I did was I mixed the 2 packs, so you got the guys in the front ranks advancing, and then you've got the guys in the back rank marching. That way, I don't know, it just gave more of a figure pose variety to both. You'll also notice there are no haversacks, no canteens on the front rank models. They are, they're pretty much, and they're also thicker bodies, as we already know. Front rank usually goes with the more meatier, thicker bodies. The Shakos are also more pronounced. And they're actually, it makes it easier to paint these guys. But I just wanted to show you some differences. If you were thinking about getting one or the other, I might consider not getting the battalion pack. Or if you are planning on getting the battalion pack, supplement it with some smaller packs. You could do 2 command sets with 1 pack, and then maybe just get some voltigears and some grenadiers, and then maybe some line guys to supplement, and make 2 battalions that way. Or you could do it the way I did it, or you could do it. You could get these 2 packs and then maybe just get a couple of extra Nassau figures, maybe some Perrys, something like just one of their standard line figures, and then replace some figures in the battalion. I think that would have been smarter, but that's neither here nor there. I just went ahead and did it. And plus I took of course, these guys are split into skirmisher bases. These guys are split into skirmisher bases. But yeah, they came out looking really good. Okay. All right, now this was the last battalion of front rank. It's pretty much the exact same models. Remember, I did take some models from this pack and mix it with this other pack for the advancing and the marching. Basically gave both battalions quite a bit of variety on their poses, but there's the officer poses were kind of different. You'll notice that one officer has one epaulette, the other off on the right side. The other officer has an epaulette on the left side, so that differentiates their rank. Also, they both have the 2 standards. Yeah, so they both look really good, and I hope you guys think I did a pretty good job with these Nassau troops. I want to say, before I go into showing you all of them side by side, no, let's go ahead and do that. Let me just show you all of these side by side. Okay, so here's all 3 battalions. Remember the Perrys I had done weeks ago, but the front rank models are the flanking battalions right here. They all look good side by side. They all look good together. I don't have any problems scale wise or size wise. They fit on their 40 by 40 bases very well. I just wish I only had one standard in both battalions. That's the only thing that really gets to me. I noticed the Perrys, they have their little pom-poms on their Busbies, and the front ranks don't. They have pom-poms, Voltigear pom-poms, where these guys don't. These guys have canteens and haversacks. These guys don't. But other than that, I like the look of both sets of models. Okay, so this is just something I want to discuss. I had this group and this group assembled, cleaned, put on their popsicle sticks, and primed on last Wednesday, which today is Tuesday, so this is 6 days later. It took me 2 days of these figures sitting on my desk. They weren't being touched. Basically, I took a couple of days away from doing any painting or anything. Well, Wednesday, I have the live show. We did that. Then Thursday, I got ready for my Traveler game, and so there was no painting then. And then Friday came around, and I really couldn't get myself to start these models. I mean, I saw 2 battalions sitting on my desk, ready to go, and I just couldn't motivate myself to do them. But finally, I just said, okay, Saturday, I said, you know what, I'm just going to sit down. I'm just going to do these guys. Saturday and Sunday went by. They were pretty much finished. And then I based and flocked them on Monday. So really, it only took me 3 days to completely finish these guys. But Monday night, I said, you know what? I'm not going to film this. I'm gonna put it off. And then so I decided to put it off till Tuesday, and that's what I'm doing today. So yeah, I don't know. This unit was demoralizing or something to me. I don't know what the hell. But the Nassau are some of my favorite units, especially the Usingen ones, the ones that are all wearing green and stuff. These guys have always been one of my favorite units in the Napoleonic period. So maybe that was part of it. I didn't want to do them injustice or something. Plus, I think having this extra standard in these 2 battalions really messed up with my psyche. It broke me or something. I don't know. But, but I put it together in such a way that this base here can be used as a command base in a battalion. So if I wanted to take like a base from each of these units, I could make a 4th battalion, if I wanted to do that. If that's, so I kind of made it in such a way that it still could be used as its own command stand. I also, even though I was doing only 2 battalions, the 2 front rank battalions, I went ahead and made 4 movement trays. This is something that you guys might know through. This is part of my Waterloo update, so this is still pertinent to the Waterloo update. I made like half of the battalions, like 1,500 figures worth of battalions. With no movement trays, or maybe just a handful of movement trays. And I realized I was outpacing my battalion construction, and I needed movement trays. So I set a goal for myself, and pretty much I've stuck with it, that I'm going to make a movement tray. Anytime I make a battalion, I'm going to make a movement tray with it. But I'm also going to make extras. So in this case, I made 2 movement trays with 2 extras. So I made a total of 4 out of 1 box. It's basically the Oathmark skeleton box I cut up and made 4 movement trays out of. And then there's one of the 4 right there, and then the other one's being used by some French unit, I think. But basically, I'm going to keep that up. And I noticed that I'm using Hunter, what is it called? Hunt Club Green is the color that I used on this movement tray. It's a really dark green. I like it. I'm going to continue to use it on my movement trays. I think it's a good dark green color. It kind of doesn't take away from the models. The models still look really good inside the tray, and it kind of blends with the terrain and disappears. So I'm going to continue to use that Hunt Club, and it works really good with the Nassau. Okay, let's see. Anything else? Oh, I just started work on the Polish Lancers. I've got them popsicle sticked and primed. I don't think I'm going to be working on them tomorrow, which is Wednesday. I'm going to be putting that off. Not as long as I put these guys off, but I'm going to be putting those guys off till maybe, because Wednesdays, yeah, after the live show. Speaking of which, if you are new to the channel, or if you're watching this video after the fact, a year down the road, I just want to let you know, well, first of all, I appreciate you guys for coming in and watching my videos, and learning about my progress with this Waterloo project. But I want you to also know that this is a shameful plug for myself, but we have a live show every Wednesday morning at 11 a.m. Central Time, where I spend a couple of hours, like from 11 to 1, over your lunch period, where I either paint models, build models, talk about war games, talk about miniature projects, talk about terrain, talk about movement trays, or glues or primers, or basically we'll talk about anything really. And if you've got something that you want to talk about, you can air in chat on Wednesday mornings. Wednesday mornings you can chat with me. I'll try to respond, even though the chat is usually behind me. But this week, I've got quite a bit to talk about. We're going to talk about some games and some armies that I'm working on. We're also going to talk about a new game system that I've got, which is Oathmark. We're going to talk about a variety of different things. Now, I understand that this video, you might be watching it after Wednesday's live stream. So just know that every Wednesday we have a live stream. We discuss all manner of things. If you're interested in coming in, listening, or even putting your feedback, giving me some topics or anything like that, put it in the comments. I'll look at it, and then maybe I'll put that on my schedule for one of my Wednesday morning live streams. It basically just gives me a way to poll my audience, ask them questions, as well as tell them what I'm doing and how I'm doing it and things like that. So if you're interested, every Wednesday, 11 a.m. All right, guys. So what we talked about is the Nassau. Half the Nassau brigade is finished. I have the orange Nassau 1 battalion made. I need to make the second one, and then we'll have, and I've already got the hunter company already finished. So we'll have the, and of course the brigade commander. So I've got almost everything finished for the Nassaus, but that's not what's coming next. What's coming next is the Polish Lancers for my Guard Light Cavalry Brigade. And then I'll have both the Lancers done. So I'm still waiting on the second half of my Warlord Games order. That should be coming in any day now. I'm also waiting for my GMB flags order to come in. That's not that big of a deal because that's mostly like American War of Independence, and yeah, I think it's almost all American War of Independence, so don't worry about the GMB order. But I do have a war flag. Maybe that's a lie. Okay, maybe I did order the Guard Cav flags with GMB, but I also put an order in with War Flag, or maybe it's not War Flag, it's Flags of War, and those guys, so those two orders should be coming in any day now, as well as the second half of my Warlord Games order should be coming in, and then what we'll do is I'll probably not put another order in for probably another month or so. But what we'll do is I'll try to build some of the stuff that I already have. And remember, guys, half my stuff goes on eBay and half my stuff goes into my personal collection. So look at my eBay store, which is Wargaming in Miniature is what it's called. And you can find all manner of figures on there. And that's really where my Oathmark skeletons went. They went on to that. And I'm sorry, I'm kind of just getting away from my Waterloo project, but I just wanted to share that with you guys. All right, guys, and I will see you probably. Well, I'll see you Wednesdays, obviously, but maybe I'll get these Lancers done by this weekend, and if that's the case, I'll be showing them off as well. All right, guys, catch you next time.